Anybody that goes back in the wilderness, it gives you a feeling of being close to God, and you see that the country and the animals and you can't help but know how special, you know, this world is.
All my years, I've packed in there for 60-something years. Everything that I know, I probably learned most of it in there.
I'm a fourth-generation Montanan. Just knowing that that wilderness is there and that I'm able to go back there and do the same sorts of things that I have all my life, and they're not going to change, is hugely important to me.
When you step into a wilderness area, you're really stepping back in time, and it's really an amazing opportunity to get back to an earlier time and experience life when it was simpler and quieter.
On foot or on horseback, as our Blackfeet people traditionally did. We simply go there and immerse ourselves in its beauty and its grandeur.
Being outside gives you confidence, and it's like really fun.
People who are helping to conserve wilderness are going to have a huge impact on me because, you know, as time goes on, you know, areas get more and more developed, and by saving these areas, they'll still be there when I'm older. They'll still be there for my family, for my kids.
There's lots of areas to do recreation, but there's not so many areas that you can go to enjoy that traditional lifestyle, the hunting, the fishing, the solitude, freedom. Certainly there's lots of places that motorized travel is allowed and acceptable, but there has to be places where it's not.
The water that is locked within the ice and the snow provide the source for clean, pure, crystalline water that has flowed from time immemorial.
I've ranched next to it, and I've raised horses and I've raised cattle. Of course, we've grazed our horses in the wilderness area.
The Wilderness Act does allow cattle grazing, and it really doesn't harm those wilderness values. You can have both. It's a misconception to think that anything's being created. That's not true. It's actually just protecting what we have.
There's a lot of areas, you know, that you can use for logging and not affect wilderness areas. A lot of wilderness areas aren't great for timber use. They're not very good cattle forage.
It might be valuable to get logs and to get minerals from the forest, but it's also valuable to have wildernesses. Like, if this tree was getting taken, we wouldn't have perfect places for people to just stop and rest and catch their breath.
The economy of these small towns along the front is unbelievably wrapped around wilderness. People want to see wilderness, and there's just a huge influx of money.
Just as little as 100 years ago, most of Montana was still wild and undeveloped. Today, our remaining unprotected wild country is shrinking fast. The members of the Montana Wilderness Association invite all Montanans to join us in working with communities to protect some of these special wild places.